Hello, welcome back. I am very excited to be in this episode, the last episode of March, where I decided to decode Yin Yoga, a topic that has been, or a style of yoga that has been my my practice for the last 5 years. And I have talked about what is it, what is not, some funny things that people have been doing with yoga in general that also has affected yin, how yin yoga is different than restorative, all the benefits that we get from this practice. And today I would like to close this series of yin yoga talking about why yin yoga is the next big thing in yoga and why yin yoga is becoming stronger and stronger, more popular, more people are practicing and also wanting to know more about the practice, incorporating the practice in their daily activities and also in their yoga teaching. Um, and I will say, basically, I have put together three reasons. And one of them, and maybe some of you may not agree with me, but this is the idea of this space that we share our opinions, and this is my opinion based on my experience of teaching and sharing with so many students from all over the world every single day, in person and online. And I do believe that there is a need of going back to the roots of how asanas were practiced thousands of years ago. To recap, in case you um, haven't listened or watched the previous episodes where I talk a little bit about history of yin, the yin is not a new style of yoga. It's just a name. We needed a name to describe this style of yoga, but it's not a new style of yoga. If we pay attention on how yoga was practiced, the asana part, remember, right? We're talking here how to practice asanas in a yin style. So asanas back in the days, if you read the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, for example, which is an ancient text of yoga philosophy, you will find only 15 poses there. And it's because the purpose of practicing asanas is to be able to sit comfortably in stillness for long periods of time in order to achieve the state of meditation. Meditation is not something that we do, it's not a verb, it's a state of mind, it's something that we achieve, is calming the body so the mind can actually, the brain can go from the wave of being alert, of being in contact with these daily activities, daily life, to go to the next layer, going deeper into these layers of the self. Because in that wave of the brain is where the subconscious mind lives. And in that subconscious mind is where we can actually get in contact with our core, with our self, with our spirit, with our soul, with our memories, with the emotions. We can get really in contact with that immense universe that we have inside of our mind and our soul. So back in the days, yogis who dedicated their lives to meditate, to be in this state of a stillness, trying to get deeper and deeper into their mind, will need to practice that. If you want to become good at something, you have to practice that something, right? If you want to be a great soccer player, you cannot do it by swimming, right? If you want to be a good soccer player, you have to play soccer every day. So you master that art. So it's the same with sitting in a stillness. So what you do, you practice being seated in a stillness for longer periods of time. And that's why they had only a few postures. And all of them were on the floor because they were preparing their body to be in that position for long periods of time. Um, I have a podcast, an episode where I talk about this story and how that changed when the yoga left Asia in general, China, Japan, India, and came to the West. So you can go and check that episode out. But I'm trying to, so one of my first ideas or theories is that we want to go back to that because yoga, unfortunately, especially the physical part, has become a performance, has become a circus. I'm sorry to say, but it's not gymnastics. If you want to do gymnastics and amazing, do that, but don't call it yoga. Yoga is a lifestyle. If all those acrobatics are not helping you to be in contact with your core, with your essence, and revise how you behave, what are the emotions that uh, manage your life, because we think that we control our life. No, it doesn't happen like that. Our subconscious mind is the one that masters and manage our life. So if we don't pay attention, if we don't um, take the time to be aware and observe what is the emotion that um, controls my life, how I behave when that emotion is, or the memory of that emotion is um, manifesting in my body and in my mind, how I respond to others, what do I tell myself, how I behave, how I talk, how I feel. If we're not aware of that, we're not in contact with our soul, with our core. And if that acrobatics are helping you to achieve that, amazing. Keep doing it. Great. My problem is when it's only an external performance, it's only to show what my body can do or how my body can look at certain positions with certain clothes in certain ways, which is topic of another podcast. So going back to the way of really connecting with myself, I do believe that is one of the reasons why people are like, you know what? I need to let go of all that. And I really need to use the asanas that serve me to connect with me. Otherwise, I cannot connect with others. So the reason number one, at least for me, is that one trying to the idea of connecting, of going back to the way of practicing asanas in order to connect with myself, which takes me to the second um, reason that I found is because we have a very hectic life. So our life has become so busy. Everybody, every single day that I encounter everywhere, everybody's like, oh my God, the time's flying and this month is already gone. Like, look, it's March and it's gone. And I have no time. Always the complaint of everybody is that we have no time. I cannot go to the gym because I don't have time. I cannot practice because I don't have time. I cannot do this because I don't have time. I don't spend time with my kids because I have no time. Um, we have a very hectic life. Everything is go, 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 achieve, do, acquire. Um, and if we are not doing, we are immersed in this cyber reality, right? So our life is very hectic. All the other styles of yoga, which I love, I practice vinyasa and I practice ashtanga before, and that's one of my practices when it comes to asana. But all of them are very dynamic, very active. Our life needs a balance. We need something to balance that out. And unless you have the habit of meditating, and I love this quote that it says, you need to meditate 20 minutes a day, unless you are too busy. Because if you are too busy, then you have to meditate 1 hour a day. And I love that. Because that really give us the perspective of, if you are too busy, you have no time. It's because we are not doing the work, and the work is basically design the life that you want to have, really feel it in your guts, put it out there, and trust to the universe, trust God, trust the oneness, whatever name you want to give, trust in the how. The how doesn't depend on us. We get so attached on the outcome of our actions that we think we know better. We think we have to do and keep doing repeatedly in order to achieve results. And that's not our job. Our job is to vibrate as high as possible. That's it. That's our job. In the moment that we are vibrating higher, the universe will respond to that. It will send you everything that is in that space of vibration. But if we are here, if we're low, if we're vibrating low, the universe will send us what is in this low layer, right? So that our job is not to do all the time, is not to run and rush and be busy and tired and exhausted and worried and anxious all the time. Our job is to do the internal work, to connect with our subconscious mind, to be aware of those subconscious thoughts and emotions and feelings that take us to behave in certain ways, to talk in certain ways, to feel in certain ways. So we need to be aware of that so we can stop those uh, thoughts and behaviors that are not loving to ourselves so we can start vibrating higher and higher. So having a hectic life needs a balance. And as I said, unless we have the daily practice of meditating and really achieving that state of subconscious mind, then yin yoga is a perfect space to do that. The practice of yin becomes meditative, becomes the main outcome of a yin yoga practice is the insight, and insight is that is going inwards. And the third, which is also linked to the previous one, the third reason that I found is the need of emotional health. I think and I hope and I pray, and really this is my desire, that more and more people are acknowledging that if we are not healthy in our emotions, in our soul, in the core of our self, in our core of our being, nothing else matters. Because in the moment that all that is in us is aligned, is healed, then we are going to project that to the outside. And the outside, life, other people, situations are only a mirror. Nobody does anything to you. Nobody, no circumstances happen to you. Nothing. People do things and circumstances happen. How you approach to those situations, how you approach to those behaviors from other people, how you manage the world and the things that happen in the world has to do only and only with your emotional health, because that's your filter. So I really hope, and as I said, it's my wish that the third reason that why people are going back to yin or are going to yin to practice is because we have recognized that we need to be healthy in our emotions. We need to heal the trauma that has tattooed our subconscious mind with certain thoughts, emotions, and feelings, which causes that we behave, react, and talk the way that we do. So that's why, and I can keep talking here of the reasons what I have found, why I have found that yin is the next big thing. And that's why I will invite again everybody, irrespective of your practice, if you want to teach or not, or whatever your career, your path, your background, your age, it doesn't matter, doing a yin yoga teacher training course can give you so many tools, skills, and knowledge to hopefully start practicing and achieving these things. And by the way, I will finish this episode by letting you know that I'm preparing a surprise. I'm preparing a new Yin Yoga course, especially for yoga teachers who want to take not only your practice but your teachings to the next level and share all these things that I have shared with you today, so we can actually understand how the subconscious mind works, how quantum physics is part of this, how to utilize that information the science has given us now, and to learn that we have the power of controlling our emotions, our thoughts, not controlling, I will say being aware of them and changing them for thoughts and feelings and actions that are more loving to us and therefore to others. So I'm preparing this course. I will be announcing the course very, very soon. But so with this, I will leave it here. Yin Yoga is the next big thing. And please, please, if you want to practice and teach, please prepare yourself with a Yin Yoga teacher training course, not because you are a yoga teacher and not because you have been practicing yoga for a while. That means that you know how to teach and how to practice Yin. So please be respectful to the style and prepare yourself with a Yin Yoga teacher training course. Right now, I have one that is 50 hours. I'm preparing a bigger program with all these topics when I'm incorporating everything that has to do with science, quantum physics, and meditation, awareness, and so on. Stay tuned, and I will let you know when it's ready. Have a lovely rest of the day. Have a very nice week. Take the time to meditate, and I will hear you back here in another episode next Saturday. Bye bye.
Hi, and thank you so much for watching this video. After so many years of teaching in yoga teacher training courses, I realized that a lot of people don't understand exactly what yoga is, or they have a lot of misconceptions and doubts. And that's why I created the podcast Decoding Yoga. Every week, I share a new episode with you where I talk about cues, about postures, about yoga as a lifestyle, about these myths, these doubts, these ideas that we have been repeating in yoga classes, and we don't even know what they mean. We don't understand what those cues mean, and we keep repeating them. So we have repeated so many times that we believe they're true. So I hope you can join me in the next episode. You can watch the video here, or you can look for the show in any of the audio platforms available. And if you have a question, a doubt, you have heard a myth about yoga and you want some clarification, let me know below this video and I will be happy to create a program to reply to you. Thank you.